some of the pieces and parts, old schools, and actually part of this salt glazed tile out of New Orleans area. Pieces of basically salt glazed tile. And then this is actually poured mold or concrete type stuff. This reconstituted marble. This, on the other hand, is terracotta with a salt water glazing on it. Now, this is part of the collection. Look at that. Pink granite. Cool. Gray granite. Nice. And so, as I go along, you'll see pieces of St. Louis, terracotta. Gorgeous, gorgeous terracotta. And pieces and parts that came out of Gonzales, as well as other parts that came from other places. Isn't that beautiful? Purple concrete. And there's a little reminder. Life is short. Life is short. So you create things along the way. You create little paradises and places that we can go, that we can play. And this is what I'm all about here now. And this is what he's about. Look at this. He wants it. Okay. So all of this is part of what you can do with your imagination to create places instead of pastures, to create oases where you can take your crystals and take your granite and form a wall and a temple and a sanctuary, perhaps. The sanctuary is the best of the past, used to make something in the future even better. Why throw it all away? But give it up. It took a lot of energy, a lot of time. Our ancestors, those that came before us, that worked, oh goodness, 345, 50 days a year, no time off, Sundays included. This was the time in the past. And if that past time were today, everybody'd be griping. I mean, you have a choice. But the choice is that could end. And that ends when you go into wars, when you go into depressions, when you go into serious depressions. Not just a depression that you're unhappy. We're talking about economic depression. We're talking about when the families all have to move back together. We're talking about when they have to do that so they can grow food and that they can survive. What is your purpose in life? It might be to protect your family. It might be the things that are threatening you are so bad that you need help. You can't do it all by yourself. And if that's the case, guess what? You need to go ahead and do the best you can to prepare. Get your land that you might have together, family land. Get some tiny houses going, built out of salvage, initially maybe brought in, but afterwards, local salvage. You might have places outside of your town, big old houses that need to come down. The families have died off, but the houses need to be taken apart and be reused. All this is possible. All of it. How does that happen? It's magic. It's us looking up at the sky and seeing clouds, like the ones in the middle. And breathing and saying, I bet they can disappear. I bet they'll go away. Because they're made of water. And if you visualize and become part of them, they're made out of water like us. So in theory, that one on the front would disappear. And if it disappears because you want it to, it's kind of like you're believing and you're becoming part of that. Well, for us, we have to become part of a society. Part of a family, part of a group that's so well bound to something as far away as another part of us telepathically, with light being the messaging service of God. And so with the light we can generate from our eyes, we can literally alter the beauty of the world, whether we create things because the way we see it, we add color, or whether it's a matter of just affecting the way the world looks, the way the clouds form. They're water, just like us. Breathe in. The cloud becomes part of us. No need to expose itself as a cloud. You breathe out, watch it go. Those 3 little clouds. We don't need AI. So what you want to try to do in your mind, look at that little one in the middle lagging behind here. All the birds are here, they're visiting. This is the time. We have a shortage of bugs, they're all skinny. We have had rain, some great rain. We need to feed the critters of the world. Bugs, bugs, lots of bugs. So in the short amount of time we've talked, that whole string of clouds I said, watch them disappear. Well, they're disappearing. You know why, don't you? Because we are connected. We're one, we're part of that. It's with my eyes I have the ability to generate, through the DHA that underlies the DNA in our eyes, photons. And the photons go up there and they help dismember, to dislocate, to turn the clouds that weigh them out. Same as literally an elephant. And then they're gone. What makes them hold together? BZ water. Learn more about it. There's a professor. These people spend their lives to learn the things that we can then use. Expand that. Grow it. Now you know you can do it. The bigger cloud comes, make it disappear. Once you sync up with the water in the air and you ground to the earth, you can breathe literally the energy and transmit with your eyes and make those clouds disappear. How do you do that? Have you never seen the movies, the stories to tell you think they're fake? No, they're not fake. Dr. Reich was right. The generation of negative ions, or the taking of the negative ions, decide whether a cloud stays formed, whether it dissipates. Now, is that enough clouds to see disappear right before your eyes? That's not CGI, guys. See you later.